Welcome back, YouTube. Dave here. Today we're going to be talking about my personal goals for 2023. So these are all going to be fitness goals. Obviously I have some goals in terms of like social media, trying to build up this channel, social media presence in general, some goals when it comes to school, whatever. But since this is a fitness channel, I'm going to be talking about my fitness goals. So I decided to split it up between January to June and then July to December. So 6 months and 6 months. Now, the goals for the second half of the year are all going to be dependent on if I reach the goals in the first place within the first 6 months. But even then, for me, the more important ones would be the first 6 months. If I get the goal within these first 6 months, I'll be more than happy than closing out the year like that, because then everything the next 6 months will just be extra, which, I wouldn't mind. So let's start off with the main things. I prioritize my squat, my bench, and deadlift, powerlifting status. So the goals for the first 6 months from now up until June will be to get a 425 squat, 285 bench, and a 455 deadlift. Now currently I'm sitting at a 405 squat with knee wraps. So when I hit the 425, I'm going to go for it again in knee wraps. Current bench is 275, trying to build it up to 285. However, a couple months ago, tore my pec, so part of the goal would also be to get a fully functioning pec and be able to bench heavy without fear and without the slightest bit of discomfort. And then lastly, deadlift. Current record is 445 using a belt. That's it. So this time I'm going to be going for 455 with the belt again. Now, when it comes to body composition, my main goals are to get up to 172 pounds with 13% body fat or less. So right now I am right around the high, I fluctuate between the high 160s, but I'm not at 170 yet. I think I'm like right around 167 or 168. And then body fat is a little bit above 13. I fluctuate right around the mid 13% to maybe a little bit more on the higher end, closer to 14, but I haven't reached 14. And then probably the most important goal for me personally would be building up my calves. So when I'm in public, for those of you who don't know me, I don't have the biggest calves in the world. I mean, you can tell, it's just, I feel like my quads are good. My thighs are so white. But yeah, I don't have the biggest calves in the world. And I tell people all the time, they ask me like, even during summer, man, why do you always wear sweats or pants? I'm like, oh, it's simple. My calves are small. I don't want to be showing it out because I don't want to get made fun of. But I say it jokingly, but yeah, that's the real reason. I just don't wear shorts because I hate when people say, oh, you skip leg days just because my calves are small. I'm like, no, I don't skip legs. My calves are small. So I want to be able to build up my calves to the point where it looks like, they have a lot of muscle on them. So that way I can feel comfortable wearing shorts out in public and won't be asked if I skip legs. So that might be honestly the most important one. And also because, man, during summer it gets hot wearing sweats. So I wouldn't mind the shorts, but we'll work towards that. And then I got my last two goals for the first 6 months is I really want to prioritize my grip strength. I've been watching a lot of Brian Shaw videos. If you don't know who he is, 4 times world's strongest man. He's got his own channel. He is pretty much, in my opinion, the strongest, or has the strongest grip strength out of all professional strongman competitors. And he makes a whole series. Him and Juji Mufu, they're real big on the grip strength thing. And they have these things called blobs, which is just half of a York dumbbell. They just cut the dumbbells in half and just the ends of it, they try to, pinch them, pick them up off the ground. That's, pretty gold standard in grip strength world or grip strength training. So my goal would be to pick up half of a 100-pound dumbbell, which I actually happen to have one right here. Okay. Yeah, so you see, it's not a real blob. The real blobs would be a York dumbbell, but it's still half of a dumbbell. So you see, it says 100 pounds. It's just cut in half. That's where the handle was at one point. The goal would be to pick it off the ground, pinch it like this, pick it off the ground. So you see how wide it is? Half of 100, so it's a little bit under 50 pounds. Because part of it is also the weight of the handle, which got cut off. So it's probably like 49.5 pounds, somewhere around there. That's gonna be the main goal. But not just that, there's other grip strength stuff I wanna do, like improve my farmer's walk, axle deadlift. Axle means just a thick bar. But that is going to be the main grip strength goal. Be able to pinch half of 100, stand up fully locked out. And then second performance goal I want to do is I want to be able to complete something called the Hot Shot 500 challenge. I found out about it. I was watching the Buff Dudes YouTube channel and they did it. It's a challenge for wildland firefighters. It's a 6-mile hike, but it's 3 miles up, 3 miles down. And then every half a mile you do 50 reps of a certain exercise. They have a video where they go fully in depth about each half mile point. It's like burpees, curls, I think it was squats, push-ups, it's all this other stuff. But I believe they did it with a 50-pound weighted backpack, so that made it much more difficult, especially with the burpees. So that's something I definitely want to improve on these first 6 months, because for those of you who don't know, or if I haven't made it clear, I'll make it clear right now. I really hate cardio. Never liked it, probably never will. I just like lifting weights, but I know cardio is something that I need, not just for like being lean in general, but just for overall health. It's like I know I need it, so I feel like that would be a good goal to attain. And by saying it to all of you guys, that will keep me more accountable in hopes that, damn, I better get it done, because or else I just told everyone what I was going to do and didn't follow through with it. So those are all my goals for the first, or my main goals for the first 6 months of the year. Now, these next few goals are going to be for July to December, but like I said, not all of them are going to be prioritized. Just going to be dependent if I reach the goals the first 6 months. So starting off again, squat, bench, and deadlift. Now, by the end of the year, December, I want to be able to hit a 455 squat again in knee wraps, 295 bench, 475 deadlift with just a belt. So again, focusing on the main three lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift. And then when it comes to body composition, again, the bigger calves. I feel like it's more of a psychological thing at this point. I'm never going to think my calves are good enough. All right, but oh well. And then in terms of just overall body, now I want to get up to 180 pounds of body weight, but still maintain 13% or less body fat. If I stay within 12 and 13, that'll be fine. I'm not looking for like 10 or below, getting the single digits. Nah, there was a time and place for that back in the day. Not anymore. I'll feel comfortable staying between 12 and 13, as long as it's below 13. And then in terms of extra goals that I would want to do, more cardio or just extra things, I want to be able to run a sub 6 mile. My best mile ever was my freshman year of high school. I ran 6 miles flat. But again, I've never liked running, never prioritized it. I've always liked lifting weights more. So this will help me keep me more accountable and actually push for something. I want to be able to complete a Spartan race. It seems interesting. I have one client who said he was thinking about doing it in, I think it was October of 2023. So if the time comes, if I train for it, try to build up my stamina and everything, I wouldn't mind trying it out. It always seemed interesting, especially all the obstacles. So I'm always up for new things. So we'll see how bad it is. And then lastly, mobility. I have decent mobility. It's not the best thing in the world. Not a gymnast, never will be. But I do feel like I'm too stiff for just day-to-day things. There's other times where like I'm reaching down on the ground and I'm making noise, even though I'm not old or anything. Like I'll sit down and be like, oh, or like I stand up and I'm like, oh man, feeling a little tight. So I definitely want to prioritize the stretching, the mobility work, just recovery things in general. This is more for longevity perspective. And the one thing that I really want to get in terms of mobility, flexibility, and all that, I want to be able to do a full front splits. All right. Why? I have no idea. It just seems interesting. But hey, if I say it in front of you, it will hold me more accountable, because at the end of the year, I'm going to make another video updating how many of these goals I've reached, in 12 months. So overall, that's what I got going on. I don't know if things will change. If I see like a new challenge or something that's trending that I want to try out or gain new interest throughout the year, I'll throw those in and start training for that as well. But those are going to be the main ones for the year. Squat, bench, deadlift, year round, body composition, getting up to certain body weights, 30% body fat, that's fine. Bigger calves, that's probably gonna be a lifetime thing, honestly. And then some grip strength stuff and some aerobic stuff like the running the mile and then the hot shot 500 challenge. Spartan race, and then mobility just for longevity sake, and just overall staying nice and loose, because I hate feeling tight. I hate when I have to go to squat, like I can't go all the way down, but that's all I go because my muscles aren't that flexible. But oh well. So hope you all enjoyed this video. What are your goals for 2023? Whether it be building muscle, losing weight, getting more flexible, or maybe it's even things outside of the weight room, whether it be like running a marathon, completing an Ironman, whatever it may be. Comment down below what your goals are. More than interested to see, and if one of them actually seems interesting, maybe it's something I haven't heard of, may have to look into it, may have to train for that as well. I'm always curious to try out new things, different genres of fitness. I'm trying to break apart from just lifting weights. Please like this video, subscribe to not just this channel, but my girlfriend's channel as well, and then our couples accounts. Instagram, TikTok, same thing. We got our individual accounts and we got the couples ones together. Please follow us on everything. All the links are down in the description. With that being said, catch you all next time.